I'm Csere, editor-in-chief of Car and Driver magazine. And I don't normally get involved in presidential politics, but there's an issue going on right now that directly relates to automobiles. John McCain has been saying that we ought to be drilling in Anwar. Senator Obama doesn't want to do that. Senator Obama last week said something along the lines of, we could get as much gas just by getting people to properly inflate their tires as we would get from Anwar. John McCain has made fun of this, and on Tuesday in Berea, Ohio, Obama hit back at John McCain. And let me quote what he said. He said, if everybody in America inflated their tires to the proper levels, we would actually probably save more oil than all the oil we would get from John McCain drilling. McCain, of course, had made fun of this, and Obama went on to say, they're making fun of a step that every expert says would absolutely reduce our oil consumption by 3 to 4%. It's like these guys take pride in being ignorant. Well, you know, we can actually figure out who's right on this one. Here's the two sides of this. McCain says we ought to drill in Anwar. Everyone agrees that drilling in Anwar would add about 3% to America's oil supply. Currently, we use 20 million barrels a day, so that's 600,000 barrels. It's that 3% that Senator Obama says that we could save by just inflating our tires correctly. Well, we've done some experiments on cars to see how their mileage is affected by underinflated tires. And sure enough, if you take a car and underinflate all of its tires by 10 psi, you lose about 3% in fuel efficiency. So that's where the 3% comes from. But there's a couple of logical lapses here. In order to save 3% by properly inflating our tires, that would imply that all of America's vehicles, all 240 million cars and trucks, are currently running around with all 4 of their tires underinflated by 10 psi. I don't think so. Americans are sloppy about checking their inflation pressure, but every tire on every car and truck is not grossly underinflated as we sit here. Now, if we look at it and say, let's say just one tire on each vehicle is underinflated, well, that has a proportional reduction in fuel efficiency of about 0.75%. So all of a sudden, you could save 0.75% if everyone inflated their tires correctly. How many barrels of oil would that be? Well, that's where Senator Obama makes his second mistake, because although America uses 20 million barrels of oil per day, we only use 10 million barrels of gasoline per day. The other 10 million barrels is diesel fuel, jet fuel, home heating fuel, bunker fuel. It's running trains and ships. Now, I think it's a safe assumption that the guys running the heavy long-haul trucks and all the fixed fleets like UPS already inflate their tires because they're businesses. It's a dollars and cents issue. So all we could do would actually be to save part of that 10 million barrels in gasoline by inflating our tires correctly. 0.75% of 10 million barrels is 75,000 barrels a day. So that's what we could theoretically save by inflating our tires correctly. Compare that to the 600,000 barrels you'd get out of Anwar. There's an 8-to-1 difference there. And on this one, I think McCain is right and Senator Obama is out to lunch.